Do you believe wholeheartedly that Jay-Z your father?
I really do.
You've been ducking this boy's DNA for all his life. Take the test.
Jay-Z's entire empire could be one DNA test away from collapse. For over a decade, a man named Rymir Carter has claimed to be his secret son, and now, with a judge pushing the case forward and 50 Cent throwing gasoline on the fire, the truth might finally explode. No more silence, no more hiding. This isn't just a paternity case, it's a direct threat to Jay-Z's legacy, his marriage, and the billion-dollar image he's built from the ground up.
Like, I didn't make the allegations. I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else.
Chances are, just out of nowhere, random universal selection, this boy who's not related to you has your nose, has your mouth, has your brow line, has your hairline. Same straight knobby knees. Is like all of this just by accident.
50 Cent is thriving right now because Jay-Z just got hit with a legal bombshell that could blow everything up. A judge has ruled that Rymir Carter's paternity case is moving forward. No more delays, no more hiding.
Your big homie want to look like a gay painter.
What are we talking about here?
We're talking about Basquiat. He wants to look like a gay painter.
Oh my God, I think I know where we're going with
So
this.
now look, what I'm saying to you is, look, when you start looking at, that's not mine, that's theirs, their heartbreak, right? But when you look at, M is looking at the entire legacy.
The whole thing is blowing up just like it did with him, and guess what? Jay-Z has until July 18th to finally respond, or things could spiral even faster. Now here's where it turns into straight-up drama. Rumors say 50 Cent is personally covering Rymir's legal fees. That's right, he's allegedly funding the entire case out of pocket. And it gets even messier. He's reportedly giving Rymir the spotlight in his upcoming documentary, which is already expected to expose both Diddy and Jay-Z. This isn't just legal. This is about reputations, power, and legacy. It's turning into a full-blown war. So let's talk about what's really at stake. This isn't some new scandal. Rymir has been claiming for years that he's Jay-Z's biological son. His mother says she had a relationship with Jay back in 1992 when she was just 16. That makes this way more serious than just tabloid gossip.
I really try not to get frustrated, basically. I really try not to think about it, I go on with my life because, anything could happen, but, I still gotta live for myself at the end of the day, I still gotta work and bring in income for me, I can't sit around, I gotta get up off my feet and do something, I can't wait on the world. Like, I can't say, I can't wait on anybody to want to respond when they want to. It is important that I know who my biological father is, just because, my mom's health, I don't know if it's coming from our family or it's coming from the other side, and that would be something I really would want to find out because, in the future, you don't know what could happen. And a lot of people are so quick to judge because they see somebody coming out and try to find out if the person that, trying to find out things, they so negative to push you down. Like,
if even a fraction of this is true, it's game over. And here's the wildest twist. Sources claim Beyoncé has been doing everything behind the scenes to keep this story buried. But now, with 50 Cent poking the beehive and a judge finally saying, "Let's run it," this case just went from quiet whispers to full-blown chaos. The streets are buzzing. People are saying this whole thing could tear Jay-Z's world apart, his image on the line, his marriage under pressure, his billion-dollar empire shaking at the foundation. But let's rewind. Who is Rymir Carter really? And why has this case been dragging on for over a decade with barely any spotlight until now? His real name is actually Rymir Satchel, not Carter like some assumed. And he's not just clout chasing. This man has been chasing the truth since he was 19. That's over half his life, trying to prove one thing, that Jay-Z is his biological father. Rymir's mother, Wanda, claimed she met Jay-Z back in the early 90s when she was still underage. Things happened. She got pregnant, and when she tried to reach out to him, nothing. Crickets. Ghosted. No answers. No support. Just silence. Now that Rymir's grown, he's done playing nice. He wants the truth, and he's coming with heat. And here's where it gets even messier. Rymir's godmother, Lily Kai, says Jay-Z's team actually did try to smooth things over at first. They even tossed around the idea of putting Rymir on our OC Nation because of his music skills, but somewhere along the way, everything shifted. The tone changed, new lawyers stepped in. And suddenly, the vibe went ice cold. Something definitely went down behind the scenes. So why did Jay-Z's team suddenly switch gears? Let's be real, once they realized how deep this could go legally, the panic probably kicked in. This isn't just about a tabloid scandal. If Rymir's story holds up, it's not just about age. It's about crossing state lines with a minor. Jay-Z allegedly took a 16-year-old from Philly to Brooklyn back in the day. That's not just messy. That's potentially criminal. No wonder his lawyers have been dragging this case through the mud for over a decade. They've been doing everything possible to shut it down, delay it, bury it, because if this blows up, it could crack his entire empire. We're talking lawsuits, public backlash, maybe even a criminal investigation depending on how far this goes. Let's recap. We've got a 32-year-old man who's been chasing answers since his teens. His mother, who has since passed away, left a signed statement detailing everything that allegedly went down. And now a judge is done with the delays and is pushing this case forward. It's not going away this time. And don't forget 50 Cent is sitting front row for all of this. Not only is he backing Rymir financially, he's got the cameras rolling for that upcoming Diddy and Jay-Z expose. This isn't just a legal case anymore. This is a full-blown power shift in hip-hop. And the timing couldn't be worse for Jay-Z. With Diddy already under fire, people are starting to rethink everything they believed about the biggest names in the game. And now, there's quiet talk that some of the evidence being used against Diddy might also tie into this. Lead it right back to Jay-Z. The game is shifting. People are finally listening to the ones who've been silenced for years. Jay-Z may have thought this would never resurface, but 2025 came in swinging. And nothing is staying buried anymore. Let's take it back to where it all started. 1990. Jay-Z was still grinding, just beginning to carve out his lane in the rap game. That's when Wanda Rymir's mother says she met him. According to her, Jay picked her up in Philly and drove her to his aunt's apartment in Brooklyn. That alone raises questions. Why take a teenage girl across state lines? That's not just shady. That's borderline illegal. 2 weeks later, she says he came back for one more visit. Then he vanished. No calls, no contact. Just gone. He ghosted her completely. Now it gets darker. Dr. Lily Coley, a close friend of Wanda's, claims the story runs way deeper than people know. Back then, Jay-Z was still going by his street name, Rock, and the spot where this allegedly happened, it wasn't some quiet block, it was a well-known drug-dealing hub. And yes, according to Coley, Jay was allegedly hustling there too. When Wanda found out she was pregnant, she had no way to reach him. So she did what a lot of scared young girls do, she put her then-boyfriend, Robert Graves, on the birth certificate. But that lie didn't last. Fast forward to 2011, Robert took a DNA test, and the results were loud and clear he wasn't the father. The courts officially removed his name, and since Wanda always maintained she had only been with two men, Robert and Jay-Z, Rymir decided it was time to stop wondering and start fighting. He filed a paternity case in 2010, but from the start, the whole thing was a mess. The paperwork was incomplete. The case got bounced around, and Jay-Z's legal team, they weren't trying to play ball. This wasn't some simple family dispute. It became a long, dirty legal war against one of the most powerful names in music, Rymir. Says Jay-Z's lawyers have been playing dirty from day one, accusing them of paying off lawyers, maybe even judges, to keep the truth buried. And when you look at how this case has been handled, it's hard to dismiss him. It's been tossed out, refiled, shifted from court to court, and delayed so many times it feels like a never-ending rerun. Every time Rymir got close to answers, The goalposts moved that at one point, Jay-Z's lawyers argued he couldn't be forced to take a DNA test in New Jersey because he didn't own property there. That was their actual defense. But Rymir came with receipts. He found documents proving Jay-Z did, in fact, own property in New Jersey at the time. That excuse completely blown out of the water. Now here's where things get even shadier. After Rymir exposed the truth about the New Jersey property, you'd think the court would finally greenlight the DNA test, right? Wrong. Instead of moving forward, the case was mysteriously redirected again. Tossed around like a hot potato while the legal teams kept playing defense. And let's be clear, Rymir isn't some internet troll chasing clout. He's been pushing this fight for over a decade. Using his own money, dropping evidence, refusing to stay silent. He even took the case to the Supreme Court in an attempt to finally get justice. But again blocked. The higher he climbs, the more brick walls he hits. Why? Insiders close to the case say Jay-Z's team has done everything in their power to delay, deny, and deflect. From challenging court jurisdictions to conveniently missing deadlines, it's all giving the same energy power moves. Covered-ups. And now even legal experts are starting to ask, why hasn't Jay-Z just taken the DNA test and cleared his name if he's really got nothing to hide? Rymir has said it loud and clear. If he's not my father, prove it. But Jay-Z, total silence, no statements, no public denial. No transparency. Meanwhile, the whispers are getting louder. Because this isn't just about a DNA test anymore. It's about what that test could unlock not just for Rymir, but for Jay-Z's entire image, his legacy, his marriage, his billion-dollar brand. And here's what's raising everyone's eyebrows. Rymir's team believes Jay-Z isn't ducking the test just to avoid a paternity claim. They think it goes deeper, because if that test comes back positive, it could open the floodgates. We're talking lawsuits, retroactive child support, career-damaging headlines, years of silence turning into legal accountability, and a carefully crafted legacy put under a microscope. This isn't just he said, she said anymore. This is about reputation. This is about the money. If Jay-Z is proven to be Rymir's biological father, that could mean serious financial fallout, lost opportunities, emotional damages, back support, and a fresh wave of lawsuits that no PR team can spin millions. That's what we're talking about, not just in potential payouts, but in damage to Jay-Z's carefully built persona, devoted father, a family man, the face of growth and evolution. That image is now hanging by a thread. Rymir's legal team has been pushing hard for access to sealed documents and court records that were never fully reviewed the first time around. Documents that could allegedly reveal just how far Jay-Z's team went to bury this story. And now, with 50 Cent dragging it all into the spotlight, the pressure is boiling over. This isn't a private issue anymore. It's a full-blown public spectacle, and the fans are watching like hawks. Every court date, every cryptic statement, every misresponse is being dissected online. Rise not backing down, and Jay-Z's silence. It's starting to sound like an answer. Let's be honest, if someone falsely claimed for over a decade that they were your child, wouldn't you shut that down instantly? Just one DNA test, that's it. But Jay hasn't done it. And that silence is only making things worse. Meanwhile, Beyoncé's name keeps getting pulled into the mess. Some insiders claim she's working overtime behind the scenes, doing everything she can to keep the scandal from spilling into her world. Rumor has it she's been pressuring Jay to handle it quietly, fast, and clean before it taints her empire. And honestly, who could blame her? Her brand is built on perfection, control, and image. This is chaos. And the timing, uncanny. Diddy's empire is under fire. Other hip-hop heavyweights are being investigated. And now Jay-Z's allegedly hiding a decades-old paternity scandal. Fans are starting to connect the dots. Is there a pattern here? A system of silence, manipulation, and cleanup crews protecting the elite? This stopped being about Rymir a long time ago. This is bigger now. This is about power, structures, and Rymir is done being erased. He's forcing one of hip-hop's biggest names to face the one thing he's dodged for years. And 50 Cent, he's not trolling anymore. He's bankrolling what could become the biggest paternity scandal in hip-hop history, with a judge finally pushing the case forward. The clock's ticking louder than ever. Rymir Carter is standing his ground. No hush deals, no PR spin, no retreat. And with that July 18th deadline looming, Jay-Z is running out of places to hide. The world wants answers. Is Jay-Z finally going to take the DNA test, or will he pull another legal stunt to delay the truth? One thing's certain, 50 Cent isn't letting this go. He's going to ride this all the way through. Every interview, every leaked document, every court twist, it's all getting aired out. This isn't just about secrets. This is about shaking the foundation of an empire. And the craziest part, we're just getting started. So now the real question, will Hov finally face the music or keep playing the game that's worked for him all these years? Either way, we're watching. The fans are watching, and 50, he's grinning like he just hit the jackpot. What do you think Jay-Z's next move is going to be? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Should he take the test or keep dodging? And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives like this.